It is May 2022. All the stories, all the headlines, all the narratives are pointing to a market shift, and the real estate industry is changing every single minute. We'll talk a little bit about this and a surprising story at the end that'll give you a little perspective on where we actually are with our interest rates and our market. So stay tuned for that. Hey everybody, Jeremy Kane, eXp Realty here, bringing you my monthly market update. So excited to bring these to you. Hopefully it allows you to kind of shut off all the noise of everything, the headlines and all that's going on, and bring you real-time, boots on the ground, real statistics for our Denver and Front Range market. If you like what you hear, smash that like button, give me a subscribe, and absolutely comment below. If you don't want to put your life out there in the comments, please book a meeting with me in the Kane-MIle link. We'll dive into your situation and make sure that you are on the right path for real estate investment, building real estate through wealth, and eventually achieving financial freedom through real estate. That is absolutely my goal as Jeremy Kane, your realtor. All right, all the headlines. This is what your mama warned you about, right? We got affordability issues, we got crazy appreciation over the last couple of years, and now we got the interest rates climbing. People are talking about 6, 7, 8, 9% interest rates. Hold on, let's see how things play out. With a recession looming maybe next year, we often see interest rates going down. I don't know how many conversations I've had, well, the Fed keeps raising the interest rate. Although it has effect on the long-term interest rate, that Fed interest rate that you hear about on the news is directly tied to your short-term mortgages, like your HELOCs and that kind of stuff, as well as other pieces of the economy. So relax on that. Don't believe the headlines. Don't just read the headline and freak out and throw your hands up and say, I'm just going to rent forever. That is absolutely not what you need to do. We want to take a look at your situation and make sure that your real estate journey has you as a character in it, and it's not just based on headlines and what everyone else is saying. So again, Kane-MIle link below. Would love to sit down with you and talk about that, whether it's today, tomorrow, 15 years down the road. Would love to be an asset to you in your real estate journey. Let's talk about actual boots on the ground. As I've had an extremely busy month, so all this market shift talk and things of that nature, I haven't even really tuned into. I absolutely feel that the market has changed a bit. I think it changes every day. I think it depends on what the interest rate is, what the buyers are feeling, what the sellers are feeling. So as a buyer, you absolutely are being given a lot higher interest rates, even for that perfect credit, perfect debt to income ratio. We're seeing, 5, 5.5. I'm not a lender. It's all based on your exact situation. So if you're worried about the interest rate, we can connect you with a lender to talk about what your situation would be. But at the end of the day, it's all about the affordability, your monthly payment, and so on. Maybe you do have a little bit higher interest rate, so you can afford a little less. That's absolutely a possibility. The truth is we've been absolutely spoiled, and everybody and their mother can buy a house at 2% interest rate, right? And everybody's out there and you're competing with investors. Investors are leveraging other people's money because they know that's the game. And so now with a 5% interest rate or 5.5 or whatever it might be, there's a little bit of a different feeling. But we also have seen an early spring market, January, February, like we talk about on this channel all the time. And so prices really got that shot of adrenaline, really went up right away. That's when we're seeing January, February, we're seeing 15 to 25% over list price offers and full appraisal gaps and appraisal waivers and the whole 9 yards. Well, that's gonna have an effect on the economy and what the houses are selling for throughout the whole year. However, we focus a ton on, I don't want to get in a bidding war. I don't know how many times I've been told I don't want to get in a bidding war. You don't have to get in a bidding war if you don't want to. If you want to buy a house in January and February, you're probably going to be in a bidding war. After that, it kind of stables off right now. Okay, so we talked a lot about this in February and March and April's market updates that you can absolutely check out on our channel. But it was a quick increase, and now we're kind of stabling off. And I've been saying this for a long time, buyers. The prices and the interest rates, they are what they are. We can't control those. What we can control now is your opportunity to, pay what the house is worth, not have to make up your own price, make up your own terms. We can actually focus on the good terms and making sure that you're comfortable in your investment, and you can actually win offers here. We're seeing between 0 and 10% over asking price right now, and the asking price is not a price tag. So if you remove that from your mind, you say, okay, what's this house worth? What are the houses that are pending looking like? What is my asset going to be worth 30, 45 days from now when we close? Am I going to be right at the top? Probably. But as the market continues to appreciate slowly as we finish out this year, and then hopefully next year, with a pending recession, rates might be down a little bit, and you can talk about refinancing, you can talk about all that with your lender. They'll absolutely help you out. If you get in an abnormally high interest rate because of timing, there's always options to fix it. But as they go into January, February, now you're a homeowner, and the house on your street, on your block that someone else is going to buy is going to get bid up again with that spring market. Maybe interest rates come down a little bit and people are more aggressive again. So as a buyer, understand that it's all relative. You need a home to live in. Again, 100% interest rate on rentals with no say in what your rent's going to go up the next year after your lease. You have no control over that. With a mortgage, you know that a 30-year fixed mortgage, your payment and interest is going to be the same every single month. Insurance will fluctuate, taxes will fluctuate. However, you have a lot more control as opposed to, bam, $500 raise in rent. And that's what's happening to people. So a 5% interest rate is a lot better than 100% interest rate, in my opinion. So buyers need to understand that and really make choices based on their situation and not these headlines. Okay, now let's shift it. Boots on the ground to sellers. Sellers are a little bit nervous, right? They see all the headlines. They see that in January, things were going for $100,000 over list and, XYZ. And now they put their house on the market. Maybe it lasts through the first weekend. Maybe they, had some showings but didn't get any offers, or maybe they got an offer. And I will tell you that buyers are still seasoned to come in, they find a house they love, they're gonna bid on it what they think it's worth. I've had listings with one offer that have gone $30,000 over asking price with full appraisal and all that stuff. So buyers are still coming in hard. It's just there's less buyers. I think showings in January, February, showings to offer was like 25, 26. I know Super Bowl weekend was a record for showings, which was a little bit crazy. And now they're down to 16 showings to an offer. So buyers are being a little bit more selective. They're not seeing everything, but when the time comes, they're still out there doing what they have to do. And who really cares if your home was worth $600,000 in January and now we're listing it for $700,000? You're still gaining all of that bidding war and all that work that someone else did in your neighborhood. You're still gaining that appreciation. You're just going to go 705 or 725 or something along those lines. And it's not the big headline splash like, hey, I went $100,000 over asking, but your house is still worth $125,000 more than it was in January. So we have to understand that that's kind of the market trend. That's what's going on. And all it takes is one good offer that's going to get to the closing table will absolutely allow you to cash out on your asset, move up, move down, buy investment properties, whatever that may be. So as a seller, the goal is just patience. Don't get freaked out by headlines. Don't get freaked out by market shifts. Don't get freaked out by anything. Take the market as it comes and understand that your home and the market will still dictate what your home is worth and what the price you will earn on it. All right, so let's talk a little bit of statistics. 7,000 new homes hit the market in April. Such a great feeling as in the industry because it's tight, right? When there's 2,500 homes on the market in 1 month or something like that, it's hard. It's hard for buyers, it's hard for sellers, it's hard for us because there has to be more homes on the market so things can move so we can earn a paycheck. And so that is 7,000 homes is absolutely a godsend. We're getting that inventory, we're getting that spring inventory coming. People listed a little bit early. Sometimes it's a April, May, June. Maybe we had January, February were a little bit low, but that was higher. And then April was a good month. So inventory is up. Demand is still there. People are talking about all these people being priced out of the market, priced out of this and priced out of that. At least in our market with our price points, average price points up like $850 now. Granted, that includes Russell Wilson's $25 million, one-time thing there. So when you're looking at these statistics, make sure you're looking at medians, because that kind of offsets the big outliers for sure. So with that said, we see a little bit more homes. We still would need approximately 25,000 to 30,000 homes to get into a balanced market. So all this shift talk, markets shift every single day. So little shifts here and there, maybe one weekend interest rates spike up and people are like, whoa, or they spike up and people don't know and go under contract because their agent or their lender's not in contact with them. And then they get under contract and they realize they can't afford the house they just got under contract. All of those things have a little bit of a deal. But ultimately in Denver, if you're approved for a $750,000 mortgage and you're shopping in, pretty decent homes, if the interest rate goes up a little bit, maybe you're shopping in $700,000 homes or $650,000 homes. Granted, it's not ideal and it's not awesome, but it's still not like you're priced out of the homes. The only people that are priced out of homes and not able to buy are the people that were struggling on the front end anyways to find an affordable home. So this shift, like we're gonna have all these foreclosures and we're gonna have all of this activity, is a little bit overblown in my opinion. Some other statistics for you. Although we did see more listings on the market, we did see the list to close price go up to 107%. That means that list price times 1.07 is kind of what the average sales price was. So we're still going 107% of list price when we close. So that's a big number, and that continues to climb up a little bit, shows the buyer's aggression. And if you think about that, the interest rate last month went up 0.5 point, and we're still seeing that close to list price, percentage hike up. I believe last month it was like 106 and now it's 107. So that is proof right there that the interest rate is not fully affecting, buying power and things like that, because you would think that the interest rate went up, buying power goes down, we're going to see maybe, close the list go down to 100%. So you're getting what you listed for. So things are still getting bid up even with the interest rate increase. Good news for all you lenders out there, the cash purchases in the 11 County Denver area went down slightly to 18.7%. So even more opportunity as we kind of creep in to the summer months, and that spring buying period is kind of past us. We saw the huge price increase, and now those cash buyers are either in their homes that they purchased or in their investments that they got, or maybe they're taking a break. All right, and I'm here to tell you right now that I've been on this for a while, probably 4, 5, 6 years, when I had a listing back on Mother's Day weekend and realized that the market, on Sunday of Mother's Day weekend, it completely shuts down. One thing I will tell you is Sundays have been relatively slow, even through March and April. People are trying to get out there and be more aggressive and get these houses under contract before they go all the way through the weekend and have these bidding wars. Some listing agents are still doing the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday acceptance deadline, but that initial Thursday, Friday, Saturday is when we're seeing the majority of our showings, and Sunday's a day off. May is an unexpected distracted period because it's spring. Everyone thinks that houses are going on the market, and everyone, ramps up to list their homes. So we do see a little bit more homes on the market. The weather's better. People aren't tracking water through your home. But a lot of buyers have a lot of things going on. We have college graduations early in the month. We have Mother's Day right now this weekend. And then we have high school graduations and some more college graduations sprinkled in there. And then we're hit with Memorial Day. So people on those weekends are doing more, leaving town, traveling, not necessarily buying houses. I think that I've always talked about Mother's Day and Memorial Day and graduation weekends to be distracted periods. And you still have to come with your best. You still have to, come with your best offer and make it happen, but maybe you're competing against a little bit less. Maybe the showings are a little bit slower. So take advantage of the distracted period. If you're a buyer, you're still out there looking, You've weathered all the headline storms. May is an absolute distracted period. Get in there, find the perfect home. Maybe you only have to go a little bit over asking price or whatever that may be, but May is absolutely distracted. And I think that that's part of the narrative, okay, that's going on. We talk about the shift and everyone's saying the market's going to shift and all these listings are coming on and blah, blah, blah. Foreclosures. Let's talk about foreclosures, okay? Huge shift in the market last month. One foreclosure sold in the 11 county area in the Denver Front Range. So understand that we are still not there. If you think as a buyer, as somebody who's trying to get a deal is going to win that one foreclosure in the entire market against cash investors and all this stuff, you're probably slightly wrong. So let's talk about the shift. Like, that number is huge. If people are really can't afford their homes and really in trouble, that foreclosure rate would definitely go up. So we'll keep an eye on it for sure as interest rates and prices, stable. But the honest truth is we're so equity heavy. There's absolutely no reason for a foreclosure. No reason at all. There's people that buy houses 6 months, have a life event and sell it 6 months later and they're still making money. So if you're in trouble or can't make that mortgage payment, get your house on the market, sell it, cash out. Don't give the bank all of your equity plus, the appreciation you've gained. So that narrative is kind of, the market shift, and everyone's handing out Gary Keller's book and all this stuff. And the truth is that it's going to change. The market's going to change week to week. It's a fluid market. It's not, crazy seller's market here, always major, multiple offers, so on. So understand that shift happens every single day. Just like interest rates, they change every single day, every single hour. The market shift is not really like, okay, buyer's market now, and no one can sell their house. It's just, the ebb and flow of the normal market. May's a distracted period, so that coupled with the higher interest rates, the headlines discouraging everyone from doing anything are all taking effect, but it's opportunity for buyer and the seller's still winning. I promise you that. The seller is still winning, especially in this market. All right, and here's a little perspective for you that you may have heard me tease in the beginning. I had a client purchase a new home 3 years to the day after purchasing their home that they sold as well. And so they bought their first house in 2019 and their interest rate was around the 5%. They believe it was above 5%. They closed on a house 3 years to the day later and their interest rate was 4.85. This is a true story. No one was freaking out in 2019 that the entire market was going to shift and everything was going to go bad because the interest rate was at 5. Granted, if you look back 6 months or a year and you're looking at those interest rates, it's a shock. It's sticker shock for sure. But the honest truth is we're still in a normal market. 2019 was a great real estate year, right? And so we're still in a pretty normalized interest rate market. We just have to get used to it. We have to get used to that sticker shock. So out of all of this, if you are thinking about buying or you're having that poor me feeling, I should have done it, I should have listened to Jeremy's channel and I should have bought a house last year, it's okay. We can still find you a home. It's going to cost you a little more, but there's still power in real estate investment. There's still power in a 5 or 6% interest rate versus 100% interest rate. And I saw a funny quote, and I'll leave you with this. You are all going to buy a home this year. Just make sure it's for you and not your landlord. That's it. I'll leave you with that. Jeremy Kane Homes, eXp Realty. Please give me a comment, like, and absolutely keep in touch. Would love to chat with you about your situation. Buying, selling, buying investment properties, whatever that may be anytime. Have a great day and have a great May.